Some of you out there are trying to make white tea. You know, it's not really white tea. This is white tea, okay? Yes, okay. For me, it's something else because I have problems most of you never probably will. You should be glad. So what I've done here, I had the water boiling. It's gotten very hot in my kitchen now. I regret not having my door open for the breeze. Anyway, have my tea water boiling here. Oh god. Use a kettle or go home because microwaves are terrible for everything. So here we go. Usually I would just use my French press. I'll show you that in a second. But today we're doing something rather simple. And I am putting this on a plate so that I don't burn my house down. A lot of witches, you would think that the whole burning times thing would have taught us a lesson about being on fire, but you would be wrong. Anyway, what I have here, I just have a teacup. I brought my tea kettle, and then I have white sage I grew myself. I'm going to have to grow more of it now. Thanks, guys. Anyway, so all there is to this, I'm going to use a tea infuser because I like tea a lot. You can use these things too. I would not just put it in there loose, but whatever. If you're having a sort of problem where this is coming up, do what you gotta do. I mean, I drank holy water, which is basically salt water one time. It didn't help, but I learned it didn't help. So now I use this instead. Usually, if I say white tea, mine has more stuff in it than just white sage. But whatever. So all I'm doing, put it in the infuser. I should have put up my little basket buddy to hang my phone on. We're gonna do it hot and live. Let me see here. There we go. It's hard to get some of these jars open sometimes. I'm feeling that. Okay, so. I don't open this very often. Anyway, all we're going to do here is put a little bit of our brother in the tea infuser. I'm going to use enough, to where, do it for realsies, as they say. I don't know, if you probably don't have to, but I'm going to crumple it up just to show y'all that mine, what color mine turns the water, basically, is what's going on here. Because, I see someone on Twitter over there, theirs turns black. White sage tea should never turn black for any reason. It's called white sage, not black sage. That's called ink, I guess, or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. Put a little in the tea infuser. Whoop. You see it in there? See? It smells very strongly. And this, I crafted myself in the garden, so it's extremely powerful if you want to use such confusing terms. And just name it. And I put it in my little cup. And then I'm going to pour the scalding hot water on the poor little guy. Whoop, there he is. Yeah. And now I'm going to have to drink this because I won't waste it. There's probably some Indian proverb about it. I don't know or care. I'm an American, gosh darn it. Time for all this stuff. But for some reason, I do seem to follow certain ancient ways. I don't know. I just kind of ended up like this. Happy accident. Aren't you guys lucky? So here you go. Oh, you see that? Yeah. And as you can see here, it doesn't really change the water color very much, This is what mine looks like when I do it. It's deep in there for a while. I'm not entirely sure if it's safe to drink white sage. Like, obviously I'm still alive, but, I'm rather of I'm an anomaly, basically. I do a lot of weird things that you shouldn't be able to do, so your mileage may vary on this. But, I'm pretty sure it actually helps fight off infections and other things when ingested. At least that's what a little bird told me. And by a little bird, I mean when some of these books I have, people get so mad they don't realize that
people that do more than post stupid things on Facebook that actually work with the craft and everything are actually rather skilled. Or they die, usually. You know, it's not exactly safe to do a whole lot of this stuff. But, you know, uh, books don't hurt, especially with herbs. You should definitely get a good herb book. At least one. I have a couple of them. I'll show you. I'll show you my favorite one in a second once I get this in here. I just want you to see what the water does, you know? And, you know, there you go. Not a lot. It looks like water, you know? It smells, it's like a little, sort of a dingy water. It does, however, smell very much like white sage. And, I'll show you this book real quick. This is a good book. I don't know if it specifically has white sage in it, which is terribly ironic on my part, but also forgive the trains. They love to drive by and greet each other. This book is amazing. I have another book as well, but it's not so good. This will help you out a lot. And, you know, your mileage may vary. Maybe you're allergic. Who knows? I certainly don't, but apparently I am certainly not. Yeah, there you go. It's white sage in a teacup. You know, here you go again. Just, it's not black. You may notice here my white sage tea, it doesn't turn much of a color at all, but it certainly doesn't turn ink black or any of the other strange colors. If you really are just screwed out there and you're like, what do I do? Do I have the goblins in me? Whatever. You know, rosemary is also very strong like this, and so if you put rosemary and not Saint John's wort, you put rosemary and white sage together in a little tea infuser, and you know, do your thing with it like this. You know, assuming it doesn't turn black, you should be all right. Or you know, it's like you can use this type of stuff in baths too. You know, you don't have to drink it. You know, but it's all. I guess the tarot would say it's surface level magic because it's very polite like that. Anyway, but you know, I mean, whatever. I mean, I would use something like this, and I don't ever think it's ever come up, honestly. The one time I did use this tea was to protect my sister from a bunch of crazy things that were happening. So it worked. You know, worked great. But, you know, it's the only time. You know, you can use this type of stuff in herb baths. It's all kind of green or plant magic. I am actually a witch kind of witch. So, let me see here. It's not. I mean, you know, you're never going to find this in a cafe for its odor and taste. That's for sure. But, you know, I like the way it smells. Probably it tastes like water. I'm not gonna lie. No, no, it tastes like white sage. Anyway, I'm Bishop Whitewind, and this is how you make white sage tea. And you know, if it turns black, I don't know. You should probably put some thought into whatever the crap's be going on over there. I don't know. So mine turns white over time. Not like super like it doesn't turn white like milk, but you know you can definitely see a tint over time. Now being protected by freaking powerful white magic for who knows how long. I certainly don't. I don't. Not usually don't dabble with traditionalism unless it's an emergency, and I do have those. But, you know, 9 times out of 10, I'll use my mind or a pencil. So there's that. Anyway, take care out there. Keep your spirits up, guys.